What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James, underscore 36, and this is Big Games B.S., part of Den Media Group, presented by alphacliniconline.com. Alphacliniconline.com is a go-to website for all things STEM, male enhancement. You got a new product. Obviously, it's testosterone replacement therapy. You can get that. You can get other things happening as well. But um, we have this thing, BPC 157. I am going to be the guinea pig. I am going to tell you about it, but apparently it is basically it naturally occurs in your body. Um it's better than human growth hormone. I mean, it's basically HGH, but a little bit a healthier form of it. Um, yeah, I was talking with Scott about it. He said that there's some really good things about it. But what you need to do, regardless of if you need to get that or anything else, I need you to go to the website and let's just get you a free consultation. If you're over 30 years old, male or female, we will make sure you're looked after. We're here for you. We want to do all these different things. Again, as we get down to the end of the summer, I am all for this. I'm trying to think of somebody put something, sent me in my inbox. My boy Teddy. Teddy listens to the show. I played high school football with Teddy. And Teddy at 7:30 in the morning, or 7 o'clock in the morning. No, 6:30 in the morning. He was like, I just saw this. Can I get a backstory on number 83 from FSU? And he's like, what, a 5'1" wide receiver? I never heard at this level of college football. I'm sitting here thinking this is a joke, which it is. He's not 5'1", by the way. I click on it and he does look. I was like, that's having been around these mutants. These guys are huge. No Diddy. Pause. All that shit. Whatever you got to say. But like I felt petite at practice. And so I see the guy, I'm like, man, he's not really 5'1". So I Google just to make sure. It's a walk-on wide receiver from Fort Lauderdale, went to Stranahan High School. He's 5'10", 171. So, like, this is how large football players are and why guys like me have a really weird identity of what we are. I feel normal size compared to football players, but I am ginormous compared to normal people. And it kind of throws you off because you don't really know what to think. So I'm thinking about starting, like putting that as like before you make your thumbnail, Miles. I'm thinking about starting each show with a random Florida State football player, like just random guy that you don't know. Like there's
Okay.
just posting it up there. So today's random football player is Zamari McKinley. Zamari McKinley, just know Big Game is shouting you out, number 83, and your media guy, number 1 on your heart. Zamari, Zamari, McKinley, Mckenley. He's got dreads, Stranahan High School, same high school as Akeem Williams, if I remember correctly. Good stuff. Did I post on the Facebook? Yeah, I did post on the Facebook. Going to get into some stuff that we didn't get into on Monday. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things with football season coming on, trying to get these morning shows in. Miles had to go get that sweat money, teaching Indian kids how to swim. They got a whole ocean named after them. So it'd be crazy to not have Indian kids swimming out here. So Miles is doing his part to make sure Miles is doing his part to make sure that Indian kids can swim. So on that note, we've got our show with normal shit. Book bag drop in a couple weeks. Still can go to jamescolemangivesback.com to register. I need donations still. Still looking for monies. Had some people come through in a big way. Shout out to Gator Bowl. Gator Bowl is buying some supplies. We're getting some different things. We will have clear backpacks here in Jacksonville for the middle school kids. Tell you how bad Jacksonville is. I love it though. I don't. I think it's misguided. I personally still don't believe it saved you. One of the things is kind of like when I played a game and the parents were fighting or whatever, and they were like, "Well, we'll send everybody to the parking lot," and we are like, "Yo,
What does that mean?
that's the no." Just like he's like, "We'll kick everybody out, let the kids play." Like they're trying to stop the violence, but they're sending people to the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like that is not. That's where the shit is. It's where the guns are. Like, don't send them to the guns, encouraging them. But middle school kids in Duval County have to have clear or mesh book bags. They can't have the normal book bags. So we do have those for middle school. High school is per the principal.
Hold on,
That's a
a law?
countywide policy.
Wow, it's gotten that bad.
Because they don't want them, they want to be able to see the weapons that they bring in.
I mean, I'm with them, I think, but it's kind of a sad state of affairs. Dang. What would be in your backpack in high school because I couldn't have a clear backpack.
Nah, the guns, knives.
No, I mean, you personally, like, you're exposed now. You can't hide nothing.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like in high school, they don't even let you roam around with your book bag. You have to go put it in your locker immediately.
Put your bag in your locker?
That's what and they have to walk around school. You cannot walk
just
around
naked?
Just run around for the most part. Like hold on.
I had a football, a duffel bag, and a regular
backpack. Now
backpack.
with me, I had a lot of that stuff. Like I mean, but in middle school, I was wild though. I had I watched Above the Rim, and I learned how to carry a razor blade in my mouth.
I would never.
So you just put it right there, and you know what you do is you just chew every now and then, like not chew, but like you gotta like it's almost like you hold like because there's something there. You don't want it to get embedded, and you don't want it to cut.
I don't want to hurt anyone that bad.
It was clearly a self-defense weapon. Like I was holding for self-defense reasons. It was a last resort. I've never cut anybody, but I was willing. It's like, I hate to describe it like this, but if I just coming up, right? If I described my middle school, the first one, and even the second one wasn't good. The second one was what I believe is mutual fear of destruction. All of us were in there for some reason. So it was like we knew at any given moment it could go down, like down. And were we ready to like just take it to that extreme on that day? And it reminds me of listening to one of my favorite comedians. Not even though I don't think he's a comic, we need to find something different to call Ali Sadiq. But when Ali Sadiq talked about his time in prison, I think it's the way that people treat the kids, along with the mindset that the kids have, is the reason why it's getting as bad as it is. But also with Jacksonville, with drill rap and a lot of this other stuff. Again, so many things. The kid Fulio, they arrested.
Yeah.
They
arrested.
They arrested. Like there's only like 2 more people out.
Oh wow.
The Tampa PD said they had this shit. They literally had it. They knew everybody was involved the week after.
Yeah.
They just had to like get all the loose ends, which lets me know how arrogant and stupid these guys were. One, every movie, some of these movies are real life. And I'm going to get into sports. I'm sorry, this is random, but we're talking about back to school here, and somehow the violence got here.
Somehow.
You hire out-of-town shooters, and you do it, and you get gone. Like, you don't do it and then go to your everyday normal lives. Like, these guys literally just went and did, like, oh, okay, I'm going to go back to the apartment that I live in while I know I was an accomplice. And it also goes, it also goes to the old adage. To quote a man by the name of Juvenile, who is both a scholar and a saint.
Whoa, they. Not that one.
A bitch will get you killed. That's the way I think.
It's as simple as
it's simple. And again, people got mad because this fake ass feminism. It's not fake. Feminism is real, but like this new form of feminism where anytime you have a critique of a woman, it's a bad thing. It's misogynistic. Somebody was like, man, the bitch probably got set up by a bitch. You shouldn't think that. He had all to find out a light-skinned chick is the one who literally gave the whereabouts of him, and now she's getting jammed up. You know what? Now she's gonna go to the cute girl too. Gonna be one of them cute chicks that everybody talks about. I'll post a bill. Just remember, a male died because of her. And if we really go back and look at a lot of these different things, the reason we talk about black on black crime, how many men get killed because of some bullshit that they get into with a woman?
Murder mommies in the 90s. That's what they called them. But yeah, I knew girls who set up.
They set up dudes all the time. Get you robbed.
It was
get you all these different things. Misogyny is misogyny is making it to where you don't believe a woman can harm you. Yeah, that's the most misogynistic thing that you could think. So that's why I tell people one thing: I don't ever plan on or intend on putting my hands on anybody on any given day anymore. But male, female, transmission, confusion, bitch, you are not. I am not gonna die by underestimating you. But anyways, Fulio's people are getting jammed up and all the other stuff. But again, got the housekeeping miles. We need donations. I'm going to get Dr. Umar up. We need to get Dr. Umar on here. Maybe if you can donate to a fake school, you can donate to a real back to school drive. Do you know who Suki with the good booty is?
I know.
The
I
ass
heard the
eating chick.
name.
He's taking pictures and videos with the ass eating chick, so he really needs donations, gifts.
This man is
he's diabolical. He is a huge he is a fraud that just has speaks some righteousness every now and then.
Yeah.
But we can still use the donations, still use the gifts.
My brother.
Guys that talk to your sister, Chocolate Queen, Shea Butter, those are the ones that the minute I start hitting, if you tell me Grand Rising, I automatically think you're a fraud. Anyways, though, going forward, we got this book bag drive. The last one's here, Long Branch Elementary School. On Saturday, I believe 9 a.m. is when we're starting and until supplies run out. Please go to jamescolemangivesback.com. Also, the football camp, want to do that. Shout out to everybody. I made a post, and this is called activation. Now, granted, this is where you can go right here. I have the link here. We will post it. If you like, it says, you give 1 book bag, 5 book bags, 10 book bags. You can give whatever denomination you want. It also says donations. You can fill out your stuff so you can pay with a credit card. I want people to see this right here so that you can know that you can do those things. Granted, going to the next one, Miles. Still looking for. Thank Miles put it in the chat. Let me switch handle so we'll put that. This was me yesterday on River City Live. New Channel 4. So we were on yesterday. We'll be back on Friday. But listen to me talk with Christina Feliciano. That's my partner with Alpha Clinic Online. But check us out talking about.
You got something going on this weekend?
Yes, 5th annual community.
You got something going on this weekend?
Yes, 5th annual community give back. We just started on Saturday at Long Branch Elementary School. We have a free book bag drop, so come get book bag. We have tons if you haven't given. Then we have our football camp at Edible Waters University, where we'll have some coaches, youth coaches, Mandarin coaches, and we're inviting anybody, especially elementary, middle school age kids, come on out, get some good coaching, get some good instruction, absolutely free. JamesColemanGivesBack.com, and I appreciate Alpha for being one of our sponsors. Yeah, man, big important to me to make sure all of this is free. If I haven't said anything to you about your donation, that's me and blame it on the brain, not the heart. I really appreciate everybody who's donated, retweeted, and even talked about the book bag drive. And volunteered their time. Much appreciation to you. And thanks to River City Live for having me and giving me that opportunity at the end to discuss it. Going to the next thing. This is the book bag. I mean, this is the logo on the shirt. I was talking about galvanizing my community. One thing I love to do is if you help me out, I will help you out for the rest of your life. Again, contrary to popular belief, I am a reciprocal guy. The me you get is solely dictated about on how you approach me. I put out a tweet, and man, it was a Facebook post. I had so many people offer services, and I believe all of these people are good. I believe in networking. Some of them were a little bit too pricey for me right now at this moment. Some of them were right on the head, but luckily we'll have over 100 shirts for our young men and women who will be at the camp. Cannot wait to be around those guys. Shout out to anybody. I promise you, man, if you come through for me, I will always come through for you. And the guy I told him once I get the product in hand, if it's good, everybody will know. But if it's bad, everybody will know. So like just that, I will say, with much come with great, that it comes a lot of responsibility that comes with it. So he will be my guy for moving forward if this is good, because I can't say it yet because I ain't got it in my hand yet. But the price is good. If the product is good, he will also be doing my t-shirts and stuff like that at tailgates and things of that nature. So moving forward, please.
Oh wow.
Oh man, nothing more that I loved in the comment section of the YouTube. So like sometimes, you know, I don't know, we got to come up with something. I want to say, like, I can't say the notes from the GED section. DL Hughley uses that on his radio show because he has a GED. But if you guys have something that you guys want to call the comment section, but every now and then, this is the other reason why I have a little time for bullshit, because I can't really respond to this guy because I don't know if he's going to see it. And I get so many messages, and the hurtful ones aren't. I don't care when people say like stuff like, "Well, you didn't play football." You can tell you didn't play football because you're taken. I'm like, all right, well, there's Google for that. There's a lot of other shit that I could just be like, but this one right here, whoever Mike is, Mike, this is to you, brother. So you're getting your fame, your comment. We might look for notable comments every now and then, but it just popped up when I was smoking my cigar, and I would love for you guys to tell me what I can do to make Mike happy.
That's what's my first thought. Like, what
does he want me to do in this situation, and why is it this specific thing that bothers him about this town? Now, should I call them the Cowford Jaguars? Because that's what it was called before. It was called Cowford. We have a Cowford Chop House. It was Cowford before it was Jacksonville. But my place, James, you be talking this Black Pride stuff, which I didn't know that's how I came off.
Yeah, that's not really.
I didn't know that was my thing. Am I Black? Yes. Am I proud? Yes. Do I like supporting Black businesses? Hell yeah. I like supporting people who support me. I like being a great example. I didn't realize that y'all thought I was Dr. Umar. So I did not realize that apparently I'm trying to smell like shea butter, and I even got the beads and shit. I'm trying to do that some of that stuff because I think it's kind of cool. I did not know I was a Black Pride guy. I just happened to do shit where people need to see the need. But you cover the Jacksonville, in quotations, Jaguars. Then I was thinking like, well, damn, what did the Jaguars do? Like, did they do something?
Yeah, I
like,
wasn't even.
Don't you know Andrew Jackson owned Black people as slaves, and the city still honors him in 2024? It's disgusting, bro.
Disgusting. Oh my
so
God.
You're mad at the city of Jackson. So like, and then this is where I get frustrated because I don't know why. What exactly I did. Is it me living in Jacksonville that's disgusting? Because I live in, even if I don't cover the Jaguars, I live in Jacksonville. So is living in Jacksonville is that really what the problem is? Because like, shit, I don't know. I pay JEA, the Jacksonville Electric Authority. I'm paying again. I get it.
Where you from, Mike? Where you from?
Fuck that, because you can't be from America or live in America.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if you realize this, Mike. A lot of motherfuckers own slaves.
I don't think Mike is the most African name either.
Yeah, like your name. You can't come at me with a name like Mike and be
Mike.
pro and be pro. Don't you know that there was Mikes that owned slaves? Your last name is you got your oppressor's name out here and judging me because I live in a former oppressive city.
Y'all niggas is too woke.
Y'all too woke. I'm telling you, as a guy who was woke, you get tired and you want to fall asleep. Just go take a nap, bro. It ain't nothing that serious out here on this planet for you to be doing that. Like, I promise you. Or as I said in the comments to him, what would you like me to do? If you would like to, if you make in your time, I'm busy right now. I said, one, come to the book bag drives and all that other stuff. I'd appreciate it. We need volunteers because I don't see people. I don't see you out there. or I haven't acknowledged you. So please make me aware. Or if you want to go, man, set up a petition to change the city's name. I'll put it on the podcast. I'll sign that some bitch. I don't give a fuck what they name the city, to be honest with you. At this point, there's some bad people everywhere. Like in Jacksonville, for the record, is a city that's 35% African American. So like it probably would actually, you could actually do something or have an effect, but whatever. But speaking of fake woke shit, a continuation of where we were at last episode, where the guy wrote the article about, oh my God, these black kids are thugs. We're trying to get, I thought the purpose of youth leagues was to get people out of this hood. And I told you guys, my whitest team in America, Bowls Lacrosse, plays the hardest, most gangsta ass shit you'll ever hear. And basically, this is basically what happened. Where are the fucking think pieces on this? Have you ever thought that maybe black people are cool as shit and we affect popular culture, and popular culture permeates regardless of your race or ethnicity? So are we going to say these white kids are thugs right now? Because this song is the wildest song I've ever heard. Now Von ain't here no more, but like I think this is the one where he's talking about, ironically, basically Fulio talking about a girl that tried to set him up, and he ended up like making sure he didn't get set up. So I'll let y'all determine. And one of the kids is like, I'm looking at the video right now. I mean, I'm gonna call him because Bodie is one of my favorite white kids on Trey's team. So I'm gonna call Bodie. Bodie is like, Bodie feeling this right here. Bodie is rapping.
We're on his spirit animal.
Yeah.
The way I move my lip, could have been a drop. The way I put the whip,
Bodie got the blonde hair. You see him?
the way he throw a pitch. This major league. He got bricks. The way I move my.
All right, now I'm on that guy's side. It's gone too far. Once the white kids are like this, we need to tone this down. Take away the hippity hop. I don't want it anymore.
But can we be honest? Once it goes in the middle of America, it's no longer dangerous.
Oh, that's true. Fair.
It's like they're not gonna let this happen, man.
Because that little kid was going too hard. He knew all the words.
It's music ministers to you, dog. It's a song, like whether you believe, like for example, whether you believe in God or not, there is this song called "I Won't Complain." It's a gospel song, old gospel song. When you're going through it, play it. You'll feel it. He's like, I've had some good days. I've had some bad times. And it's just like, he's like, but I won't complain. You be like in there, you having a bad day. Certain songs hit you, dog. Like I'm sorry, and it's the times too. Like Beethoven don't hit it, but I'm sure Beethoven in his prime. Beethoven was like selling out arenas and shit. Like, but Beethoven ain't hitting like that no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just vibe, man. Sometimes just
that dude's a legit serial killer.
Well, Vaughn, yeah,
he's a legit.
But it goes back to what Mike was saying. Go look up these people's lives. Yeah, he might not have been a serial killer, but he touched kids.
Yeah.
Like, go look at. I'm telling you, when I hear people, I cannot no longer listen to R. Kelly. Listen, I don't know whose booty he was trying to fill on, but that song, I resonate. This is my song for real, no doubt. The DJ's making me feel. As I walk you to the dance floor, we begin to dance slow. Put your arms around me. I'm feeling on you. If you haven't lived that, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Now, was he talking to a 12-year-old or was he talking to a 30-year-old? I don't know. But I know for me, when I'm singing it, my intentions are this. If you look into all of your... We talked about this on the show. David was a man after God's own heart. He was fucking bitches and he was fucking his homeboys bitches and getting them killed. But are we going to not read... Do you not like the story of David? It's a good underdog story, man. Sorry, man. King Von was a serial killer. I kind of believe, now that I know, the more I know, I kind of agree with what was it? Not Chelsea White. What's the Charleston White has to say about him. But yo, at the end of the day, bro, it is what it is. You either like the song or you don't.
Yeah.
You can always just like not listen to it. But we don't have to write think pieces. I grew up in the hood. I have a friend, Angelo Hardison, who I'm not sure if he's already dead in there, but I know he was on death row. Got a guy brother who's done multiple bids. I've got tons of people that I know that are dead or in jail. You know what didn't happen to me? I'm cool. Most I've done is a couple hours in county. I'm sorry, and we all listen to the same music. My best friend Jamila is a fucking doctor. She's running a hospital in Charlotte, North Carolina. And you know what? She's not. I mean, she twerks and she does all that shit. But it doesn't stop her, man. At a certain point, you gotta just be like, maybe fucked up individuals do fucked up individual things. And maybe it was how they were raised. Maybe it was some other. I don't know. But I tell you this much: if you're playing football, you need that kind of music. You don't need slow, sad music. You need gangster music. And, it's real life stuff. But going into fall camp right now, that's what I've been doing this week. Started off on Monday. Was loving stuff. NFL's been going for the last couple weeks. No, NFL started last week. So did college for a lot of teams. Fall camp, and we just got some fall camp stories here. So we're going to give this is a football story time right now. But blow this one up because this one is crazy. Because, again, there's something in this world that is undefeated and untied. As I do this show with my goddaughters that are basically like my nieces in my heart, they can get whatever they want out of me. I hate that feeling. That's why I don't. They were like, Uncle James, can we have cake pops from Starbucks? Like,
sure. That sounds good right now. Sure, but they are so expensive for such a little snack. Yeah.
Enemy would tell the boys, we can make cake pops at home. Or I'll be like, man, what the fuck wrong with you, Trey and Kyle? I don't need no goddamn cake pops. Grown ass men. But I have a hard time speaking like this but I would tell them the truth too. One thing people will know is Uncle James will always tell you the truth when it's time. But Cody McClain, I don't know who he is but he has a good tweet. And this has happened. I've seen this happen before. He tells his favorite missed practice story. My favorite missed practice story from 14 years of coaching football was a kid that walked into my office about 15 minutes before practice to tell me his girlfriend parents were out of town and he wanted to spend time with her and asked if it was okay if he missed. I said no. He quit. Man, listen, dog, undefeated and untied. Vagina always wins. I'll just tell you that. Now, granted, I've never missed practice. I've never been that bold to go to a coach and say, I need to miss practice to get something. I'll come late to practice. And I won't tell you that, but I tell my guys too. I was like, hey, man, listen, don't lie to me and don't do no sucker shit. All I ask for you to do is just inform me. Now, if you tell me some silly shit like this, that you missed practice because you had to go get some punani, you're going to owe me one. You're going to owe me a solid one. But I'm going to say I understand.
He got to be a 5-star recruit. Right?
No, the kid's off the team. He quit. He said the last time he saw the kid, he was working at a fast food restaurant. Bad decisions have been made. That
did not need to be added to the story.
I mean, listen, I have gone places for vagina that SWAT wouldn't go. Like my thing has led me into some dangerous situations.
You're so right.
And I don't know what I was thinking. I remember one time I literally texted my god brother, and we had the BB. Anybody ever, not BBMs? BlackBerry Messenger. Your BlackBerry. You can send. That was the original pin. Like Apple's, you could share your location with people, but when you had BlackBerry Messenger, somebody had a BlackBerry, you could send your pin to them. Man, I sent my pin to my god brother in Miami, and he was like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm like, hey, I just need you to know this was my last location, just in case you don't hear from me from a call. I said, if you don't hear from me by 11 p.m., like just text message me, and if I don't respond back, tell them, send somebody that. Like, I'm gone. And he was just like, he already understood the mission. I need my mic up closer. Oh, he understood the mission, but that's just funny. It's a funny fall camp story. And that comes up to here. Quincy Avery put out, and he just talked about, I just want y'all to know we used to have 2-a-days, full pads every day at camp. 2-a-days, and this is why I was grateful for the kids, even though it's tough. But these guys don't understand how tough it was back in the day.
What are they doing now?
We have 2 hours of practice.
Without full pads?
We can't even go full pads until Saturday.
Oh.
It's beyond the 3 days of shorts. Like today, we have shorts at Bandera, right? With shells. They are instructed they cannot hit. There is no tackles. There's no thud. They are not to be taken to the ground. That is a violation. We can get in trouble for that.
When did these rules first occur?
I'm going to be honest with you. During the George Bush presidency. This is when the world started fucking up. Like, you know, when Clinton would go, no, my bad. No. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It got bad under Obama. It got worse under Trump. Y'all don't want to hear that. But it's y'all, it's the true Republic. That's why we have I-9 football. I-9 is a non-competitive football league that was made by a bunch of people who are Reds that were mad that their asses was getting handed to them by the Black Blues. Like, so they created a non-competitive football league so that I mean, if you want to, that's why Karens typically exist. Everybody talks about liberals, right? But like Karens aren't mostly Republicans. But I'm going in that to say that it got soft. Like when I came in 2002, when I came to college, because this is college he's talking about. College has one practice and then a bunch of meetings. We have something called freshman two-a-days. And I've told this story a little bit because remember the story? Anybody who's consistently listened, I've talked about my teammate Broderick Bunkley, who's fucking insane. This is when he was taking, like, was talking to himself and ready to kill one of our coaches. And I was trying to make sure he didn't think that I was one of those coaches. We had freshman two-a-days was basically you are one-on-one with your position coach for like 20 periods. Now, if you want to know what a period is, it's broken. It's 5-minute increments. So do 20 times 5, and that lets you know how long you were with your coach. You were there. Now, luckily, I had this, but you had a whole week of freshman two-a-days. And then you went into normal two-a-days when you got with the other guys. It was full pads as much as the coaches wanted you to be in full pads. So sometimes they'll go shells to save your legs, but man, those first couple weeks of camp, and we ain't talking about 1 week. It's 3 weeks of camp. Like you're there before school starts, and you're going in the morning, and it's hot in Florida year round. Like it doesn't matter what time you wake up in Florida. Just know in the summertime it's hot. You wake up, you got full pads, and nothing's worse than getting, especially with the dew on the ground, when you sitting your ass on some wet grass. And they're getting up and running around and human stuff. Like that's why when people are like, let me put some water on your neck. No, I don't want a wet shirt. It makes it worse. So you had that going on. Then you get like a 3-hour break before they bring you back in for meetings and stuff like that. Then you start training again. Like it's crazy. Full pads going. And I'm talking about 24 periods, ABCD. ABCD is pre-practice, 5 minutes. So that's 4 extra periods that they don't add with conditioning at the end. So like when these kids complain, I'm like, I hate to be that back in my day or, you know, stuff guy, but like, nah, man, this shit is soft as fuck right now. This is why, like, people want to talk about the transmissions and everything else. No, it's the people in power who have been the same people in power for quite some time that are out here making these rules, thinking it's making the kids better. And it's actually making them softer. And it's for the betterment of life. Like, they got this thing called a wet bulb. So the trainer, which we didn't even have a team trainer when I was in high school, they walk out at practice. If it is over like 95 degrees, we can't practice. Might be 100. I'll run up to 100. Might be 100. Newsflash. Every day in Florida in August, unless it's about to rain, is over 100 degrees. Like what the 100, it's 115 heat index. Like the air, you can comb the air. That's how thick it is.
So it's not a shortened practice. You have no practice at all.
No practice at all. And then now they have rules. So we have to get so many hours in before we can see the field. They don't even count indoor practices. So like you can't even go to a gym. That doesn't count. So we have to. So right now, what we're doing at Mandarin, we have practice set up from 3:30 to 7:30. We don't know when we're seeing the field during that window. We are literally looking at weather reports. And we are trying to get on the field to beat the weather reports. Now, and we might not be able to go out there because the damn trainer doesn't want to lose her licensing job. So she has to make sure things are a certain way. But it's wild, not to say the least. Love it, but it is wild.
It is soft.
And it is very soft, softer than baby shit. But that's camp stories. And again, when I'm telling these kids this, they look at me like, man, the 1900s was crazy, coach. Like, I don't want them to look at me like that.
Stop saying it.
I stopped saying that's what I stopped saying it like that, man. I was born. I'm close. I'm like, you making it sound like the night, whatever, man. The other thing that lets you know that you got a good fall camp is fights. So the Tennessee Titans are either about to implode or they're on the track to be able to win the division, the AFC South. They had a massive brawl. They got one of their best players, Arden Key, got suspended. Will Levis threw an interception, which is what he does. That was in the first 5 minutes. They found out all of this stuff and did all these things in the first 5 minutes of practice yesterday. Their first day at pads was not off to an ideal start. And that's hilarious because, fights are cool. None of that stuff means anything. But also, the heat gets into your brain and starts making you do things. And this is something that I don't like when players do. I don't like when media talks tough because most media is soft as shit, softer than the players that I was just talking about. They've never done anything, can't do a push-up, probably can't run a lap around the track. But calling people fat, out of shape, and all these different things. When there's no video or even audio or even pictures of them doing anything. But here is Titans defensive end Jeffrey Simmons. Now, the caption makes it sound way, way harder than what it is. He went off. No, he just talked sternly to a guy in a very unprofessional manner while he was on air. And I hate when people do this. But if you go to the Dove Climbing, NFL Dove Climbing, the next one. Yeah, that one. And you'll hear, let's listen to the audio of what went down. I also think this was kind of passive aggressive. But my thing is, if you're going to slap a motherfucker, sometimes I think the world was a better place when you could go around challenging people to a duel. You was talking shit about me on social media. Pap, pap. I challenge you to a duel. Or just slapping people. Like I saw a video of Game slapping a pedophile with a cake. Like apparently there's some kind of guy who goes around with police officers and they try to set guys up. And Game happened to be there. And I don't know why Game was there, the rapper, but like he was so there random. And he took a whole cake. And then he was trying to like reason with them after you slapped me with a cake. First off, the man was shook, which he should be.
Of course. I mean, Game is like 6'5".
But right? I'm saying before that, he's caught. He knows he's going to jail. But to get I've never really been slapped before besides anybody but my mom. But I've never been slapped with a cake. Yeah. Like why? How does there were so many questions. Like why does he have a full fucking cake? And why is he slapping bitches with a cake? But then again, I think about it. I should carry a cake with me and just start slapping bitches with cakes. That would be cool. Like that's just what because you're startled. Like, bam! I just got hit with icing.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, like that's what I'm like. But you're selling was anyways. Listen to this guy and listen to them talk.
Well, Jeff, you want to sit down? We can talk whenever you want to talk. Jeff, we'll deal with that later. Roger McCreary sitting down with us here on 104.5 The Zone. Jeff, I mean, we're on the air right now. I'm right here, Jeff. We can talk anytime you want to. Unbelievable.
We got to make that happen.
Well, we'll deal with that later on. Roger McCreary sitting down with us here on 104.5 The Zone. Jeff, if you want to sit down and talk about this, we can talk about this. I'm talking to you right here. Jeff, we tried to talk to you last week. I'm being rude to Roger. We'll deal with you later. Roger, what's going on?
It's good. You're doing good out here. I'm doing good.
How was the day of practice? First.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot going on there. But all he did was make the ratings go up for that show.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I got interested. I'm like,
I want to know because, like, what happens is it's like when the guy hung up with me when I was on 1010. Jason like a fuckboy. Like Jason like a forum. He said some shit. But we were on the phone. I didn't kind of insinuate. I told him he was a fucking. That's one of the people like you got to put deductive reasoning on a shirt. I'm like, bitch, you didn't come up with nothing. Like you have no source. I said, I don't believe a word of what you're saying. And then he's like, I'm gonna hang up. It's the first time and the last time that actually it's the second time in my life, but first time and the last time that a man said, "Lose my number," and hung up on me. I've told y'all the story the first time. So my Kendra Brown, actually from Jacksonville, her brother was at my book bag drive, and my stuff was like, he's a cool cat. She was the first person that ever told me to lose my number and hung up on me. But then she ended up like, it was a woman. It was a woman. Like, it was kind of expected from a woman. What that football player was doing was acting very catty. I don't want to disrespect, the movement. We got a female running for president right now. So, yeah. Hold on. But now this guy's making these shirts. He's on point. He's asking me a lot of questions. But that was going on. And then the last thing that goes on with camp is I've seen interesting things about camp, and I call kids soft. This actually might be one of the best strategies that I've heard. And I'll be honest with you. If you ever told me I've never known what a coach from North Dakota State looks like. That's exactly what I expect, though, a coach from North Dakota State to look like. He looks like just a hard-nosed guy that he brings an actual lunch pail to work. Like he doesn't have kind of guy. He's the guy that you want. Like, he knows how to skin a bear. Like, he's a guy you want to be with. What they say, he's the guy you want to be in a foxhole with. Like, all the white isms that they say, like, this guy has all of those attributes. So let's listen to him, and he has a good strategy. He comes out with his practice schedule for the fall. They start practice at 1:30 in the afternoon, as opposed to morning starts like a lot of people do, or late afternoon starts. They asked him about his camp structure, and I thought this was interesting, and it makes me want to say only Colorado by 3 now, because this is who they open the season up with.
In the morning is to stay out of extreme heat, okay, and or to get a double day practice in. None of those occurs. So what we wanted to do was provide ample time for our guys to get a half hour more sleep in the morning and a half hour more sleep in the afternoon, and then also practice when we play. And one thing that, I've discovered in my travels the last 7 years is, sleep is the number one supplement. And so we're not giving these guys an opportunity to answer the bell with the proper amount of sleep, because they're going to want to do some things on their own socially and in the dorm rooms and so forth and so on. Probably includes John Madden or some form of Xbox games and those kind of things. We're really trying to we're asking them to show up and knock down every task that we give them. And we think sleep is a big part of that. We haven't been able to do.
Say is he don't have to try to sound as old as he is. Some type of John Madden or Xbox thing. Bitch, you know what these guys are doing.
College football 25. You heard of it.
Yeah, man. Come on, dog. Like, as the young lady said, if we're gonna be anything, let's be fucking for real. And so that's one thing. But secondly, this is how you avoid the guys missing practice for vagina. You got enough. No, yeah. If you're not starting practice at 1:30 in the afternoon, man, you got plenty of time. Like, I'll be real with you. If we started camp at 1:30 and we ended at 9:30, I'd probably be cool with that. But I could get some rest. Because let's be real, it's really 8 a.m. is 8 a.m. regardless of how you chop it up.
Yeah.
So if 6 a.m. is 6 a.m. regardless, I'm probably not going to bed till 12 anyway, even if we practice.
Yep.
Even if practice ended at 10:30, I'm going to sleep at the same time. But man, to wake up and get some good college football in, a solid breakfast, that sounds like a hell of a way that sounds like a great day. I would accomplish a lot. I like it. I coach. We on the same page, man. I hope you. I'm rooting for you. I need to put anybody got the lines for the Colorado North Dakota State game, because I'm going with them. Something that happened in the state of Florida and that's affected my guys. Oh no, we talked about this shit. We didn't talk about the whole thing though. Did we talk? We didn't talk. We talked about the lying ass kid from Alabama that said his family said he was getting 7 figures.
Yeah,
but we didn't talk about that. Name, image, and likeness is officially in the state of Florida passed.
No.
Okay, so yeah, because all my guys are on board. I actually got to talk with them. I'm going to interview Jamie. I'm probably going to try to get all 3 on that at the same time. Or should I do 3 different ones?
You could do. Ooh.
I probably should just milk it.
You can milk it.
I'll do one with all three before the season.
Yeah.
But I gotta get a Jamie French.
So
interview.
individual,
And
then
give
all
me a
three
drink
at
stub
the end.
individual, and then just all three talking about shit. Like,
Yeah.
why? Like, why would I not?
Yeah.
Everybody else is getting paid. Let me fucking get paid with this shit. But Justin Barney put name, image, and likeness is officially official in Florida for high schools. State Board of Education just passed it. Athletes in Florida can now profit off their NIL. States signed off on FHSA's board's unanimous passage of this. And in it is a bunch of people that you could probably already randomly assume what they look like. Let me click on this guy's Facebook profile. Okay, no, he just has the hat. He doesn't have the glasses. Here's the thing. Really worry for the future of this country with what we are teaching future generations. Sports have always been the tool to develop a moral compass and the character of youth. This just adds fuel to a greed wildfire in our society. Man, God, do y'all realize how confusing y'all are to these kids? America is the greatest country in the world because of what? My class? Did anybody to tell me why America is great? You want to put it in the captions? I know why I think it's great. Colorado's 8.5, it says?
Yeah, minus 300.
I take that. What does that mean? What is 8.5 minus 300? What does that mean?
I believe it's minus 8.5 points.
No, I know what minus 8.5 points mean. What does the 300 mean?
This always confuses me. At 300 times the odds, so like for every 100, I believe you get 300 times that. Let me know if I'm wrong.
All right, we'll figure that out. Londa puts capitalism is the greatest free. Dennis Williams puts land of the free, but we are the land of the free because of capitalism. And freedom means I can make money off of it. And nobody is more angry at, and I don't understand why you would care. If I could make a name, like it's not ruining sports. You can still learn all of those different things from sports. And I'm tired of you people trying to use us coaches as the leverage. Like the school is not paying the kids. It's you, the individual, the consumer. I'm typing, I think it's his name, Miles, if we can pull it up. Because I'm giving my boy some props. It's JAIMEFFRENCH. So French is 2 F's. .com. I'm pretty sure that's his website. But like, if I can go buy a t-shirt, I would much rather give Jamie $20 for a fucking t-shirt than buy some scorecard from some restaurants that I'm not going to use to go to get him some gear. Like we can now, like the theory, we can just charge the Jits $350 a kid and get all the fundraising dollars we need. But it's not going to be a tool. It's not for private. They can't publicize the school. So private schools can't pay a kid. We can't pay kids to be a part of Mandarin. All we're doing was that it? Or is it not coming up?
No, I'll find it though.
I guess I could.
I got it.
Twitter. You got
or if this is his website, it says Burgers Tea, and then you can search Jamie French logo.
That might be it. Yeah, that's his logo. What is it? How much does that say?
That $29.99.
All right,
$22.99.
Okay,
sorry, it's on sale.
Slide Jamie some bread for that.
Yeah,
it's actually a pretty cool logo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh dang, that is fire. Actually, who do you hire to make?
Like, what's wrong with a kid? There's a kid I want to hire if all of this stuff ever finally comes to fruition. High school kid, probably the best photographer that we got in the city. Really good. Why are we not cool? Like Jit just told me he wanted to do a Mandarin Media Day. So he said $1,500. I said, oh shit, Jit. Wow. Not mad at him. But imagine me using y'all energy for name, image, and likeness. What happened to this greed-filled world? Why won't you just do this for the character development? Why must everything be about money? It's capitalism, baby. Either the kid is good or he's not good.
And a lot of people speaking in that sort of manner, you're privileged. You've always had it. So you can speak like that. Let us get some of that first.
Angelo, you are right. No, big game would not pay for a kicker. Mentors for the kids would pay a kid that happens to kick a football a lot of money to read to my 5-year-old. Once. Like, yeah, but But I'm saying, man, like, guys, like, man, people are mad. I tell you this, you're mad because you weren't good at anything in your life and you don't have the opportunity to do it. I, for one, am all for it because I hope this shit sticks when my sons can do it because I want them to get paid. But nothing is more American than when you finally get your freedoms, right? Now, I'll get history lesson. You guys know that when they freed the slaves, one, all slaves didn't know they were free, and they immediately instituted vagrancy laws. And the vagrancy laws were stating that if you did not work or have a home, you could go to jail. Now, what kind of home or rent can you pay when you have never had any money and nobody in your family has money and they put you out? So guys were immediately getting put into jail. And you know what the jails did? They loaned out the services of the inmates to the slave plantations in which they came from. So it was either do that or sharecrop. This is American history that they do not teach you. It's in the books. They just don't teach you that stuff. So while they do one thing and everybody's like, yay, they immediately do something else to kind of fuck it up. So while NIL is dope in high school, NIL has been great in my mind for college. College has never been more popular than it has been in this recent NIL era and transfer portal, regardless of your bitches and complaining. But Pete Nakos, we've picked on Pete before. NIL collectors are going to hate this. According to the settlement, all third-party NIL deals of $600 or more must be approved by a clearinghouse that will vet contracts. If not approved, a new third-party arbitrator could deem athletes ineligible or a school could be fined. So basically, these NIL deals that kids get, that you guys are saying they get, right? $1 million deals. If they don't have true, on paper, clear ask, clear give, it could not be approved. The kid could not get the money. A lot of bad shit could happen. It's crazy. Oh, wow. Kyle Drone. Do we play? We don't even play Virginia Tech this year. I don't even know why this guy's talking shit. I love when people talk shit that can't beat you. But Virginia Tech quarterback said Florida State's atmosphere is overrated. And I'm like, apparently it had your ass spooked. But that's something, again, so when a law gets passed and it seems cool and it seems things are trending in the right direction, another law will get passed to correct what they feel is not going the right way. Now, again, that's why I always tell people when people are like America is a free country, it's not. It's not exactly free. It's it's freedom within rules. You to quote my American history teacher in high school, and it was great. Your rights, my rights end where your rights begin. So we're not as free. Free country means I could go just do something to anybody and not get messed up. So while the NCAA is doing this, a lot of people are putting out NIL. The NIL Collective Association's president, Russell White, put, all this is doing is giving the NCAA power back over their athletes, and there will probably be a shit ton of lawsuits that come out of this. The questions that need to come up when things like this happen, and that's who Russell White is. I didn't realize that's who that was. Russell White put honest question for those in the NIL space, as well as fans of sports. Why should a college athlete be required to submit for approval by the NCAA or any group an NIL deal over $600? Where else? Now, this isn't him speaking. This is me speaking. Where else in sports, business, or anything else do we see this kind of oversight? And what's wild is the people, again, my gang is Bloods. Favorite color is red too, by the way. But nobody wants more. Nobody cares about what's going in your pants and want to restrict what happens in your pants more than Bloods. What do you mean by that, James? You want free government. You want less government, except for when it comes to women's wombs and their vagina and my pockets. Like, you want to know what's going on in my pants with my wallet, and that bothers the hell out of me as a guy who is a free thinker and a guy who loves capitalism. One of the key principles of capitalism is the market corrects itself. It always has, and it always will. And all you're doing is trying to get the control and the power back. And that's not a right thing. And again, we should be kicking and screaming against this, but most of you guys are haters. And you're hating on some kids that are doing something that you couldn't do, and you feel like it's the best thing for you, but it's really not. It's really terrorizing America. But one of the things that keeps us distracted, everybody loves to talk about football, but the Olympics were played in Greek society as a means to keep the peace, actually, believe it or not. Because they were warring, there were city-states that went to war against each other often. But during the Greek games, they would come together and they would compete for their country. And nothing brings America back. Nothing brings America back than us competing for medals. It's starting to die down now that they're starting to do the medal count shit. In America, exceptionalism is winning. So, and people have been hit over the head or they've cried enough about the not the Mona Lisa, whatever that shit was called. The Last Supper painting. Yeah. By the way, I'd never realized this. It is a mural. It wasn't like a painting.
Right.
And the mural is on a wall that's fading. And they have actually built a door that cut off Jesus' feet in the painting.
Oh, I've never visited. I
just saw somebody was posting, like they did this thread about it. Why is nobody mad that Jesus' feet are cut off?
I'm not informed enough. I'm sure the French people there are probably.
They probably don't care. What I'm saying is, the point is, one, Jesus ain't look like that. None of the motherfuckers look like that. Two, you're more mad at that interpretation than them cutting off Jesus' feet. They didn't even cut his feet off in real life when they crucified him. But anyways, I digress. The Olympics is here, and there's one thing that is funny because it's dark, but it shouldn't be funny, but it is. Americans placed last in shooting.
Wow.
Like how? As a country that says you will never take our guns, that has shooting after shooting, Matt, that leads like, when I tell you we lead the league in mass shootings, it is like the Dream Team 92 in America when it comes to shootings in any other country. Like we could go state by state and be beating the fuck out of most countries. Like we are literally we talk about how we have, I think we're like 4-1 to other countries, or probably even more when it comes to guns per capita, per person. They love to show nothing more do they love to show again, my Bloods love to pick on the Crips saying we got all the guns. We have our kids on the ranch and they can shoot AR-15s, they can do these different things, but they don't. They don't. Now, this is James Coleman here at the Olympic Training Center, well, the Army one in Colorado Springs. I shot that shit. Hey, it's if you're not getting practice, it's difficult. Now they let me, my hand, because of my right hand and my injuries, I can't stabilize. So I'm not great with one hand. So I couldn't stabilize that bit. When I put that other hand on there to stabilize it, bing, 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 I'm hitting the target very fast. Now, the modern day was a pentathlon. You got to do a lot of stuff, but when you shoot, you have to go like run. I think it's 400 meters to get your heart rate back up, and then you come back and you shoot again. Okay. Because the guy who's there with me, he actually competed in the Olympics, and he coaches the Army because this is their MOS when they're out here. And it's not a real gun, so there's no kickback. But it's a laser pointer. So, like, show the Chinese lady, or what am I bad? Oh, God, that might have been racist. Oh, she's Korean. My bad. Whatever. The Asian woman. They like, show her. Her name is Kim Yi-ji. She looks like a fucking assassin. Matter of fact, I am sorry, Kim. I don't want you. Kim is the type of person you see in your, like, she is the last thing you see before you die. She's a women's pistol shooter, Kim Yi-ji, while casually breaking a world record and winning the gold medal. This is everything that my Second Amendment people profess to be. She is that. Let's play. Let's watch her.
And it's there. It's there. The world record has gone. It was there for nearly 5 years until January this year when Yang Yin came along and broke the world record with 41. And now Kim Ye-ji from Republic of Korea is the new world record holder. What a week it's been for her here in Baku. We can't forget, of course.
Just like right there. While we arguing over a female president. Or 80 or a geriatric president with a guy who apparently masturbates in couch cushions. JD is vice president. I don't know. Apparently he's a whole weirdo. Have you heard of it? There's some clearly white. It's like they do like this cookie thing, and guys, I guess they do a circle jerk on it, and then somebody who loses the bet has to eat the cookie. What? This is a fraternity. This is, dude. Y'all can say all the gay jokes that y'all want. JD Vance actually seems like he's a part of the community with the things that he's done and said.
He did that?
Yeah, that. He's jacked off in cushions on a couch. He's had sex with a couch. The man said his wife, she may not be white, but she's a good mother. That's literally what this man just said about his wife, who's Indian, by the way. Beautiful. Love it. Like it's sick. The things that. But if men, again, I don't care who you vote for. It's the banter back and forth and how the banter doesn't make sense. It doesn't line up with what you're speaking on. If you think it's like insinuating somebody's a homosexual for voting for Kamala, when you actually have a guy who's done some homosexual activities as your vice presidential candidate, like that is a wild step.
Right.
But again, we over here arguing about this shit, and that's what the Koreans got. But I think the Republic of South Korea, that's South Korea, so I think they're on our side.
Yes.
Okay, so we're cool. But that's wild right there as far as the Olympics go. Damn, I clicked on something. Why is it? It keeps giving me the same one. I did that twice. That's why. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is the Olympics. I don't know what this next clip is. You gotta go down to, but Kwani Nitro puts this. And again, guys, in their infatuation with making sure everything's not a transmission, somebody zoomed in and tried to say this girl might have been packing. I don't know. She could have had a camel toe. White man, a white woman, black transmission. No matter what, this is insane. Push the button on this. This is crazy. I thought she was
time, so go hard or go home. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Yeah, I'm back with a vengeance, and I'm in it to win it. I'm going Popeye up in here. I muscle up on. It's beast mode time, so go.
Choke slam me, baby. Another thing too about this is how we've gotten old rappers that have become our mascots. We talked about Snoop and how Snoop is. They got on Snoop too, though. Snoop had an iced out goat chain. And they're saying that was Basafat or some shit like the Greek, like one of them demonic things. I'm like, guys, we talk about it's a goat with ice on it, bro. Like, that's all it is, man. Y'all be reaching for everything but the books. And apparently guns. Ben Crump puts this out, and this is not why I'm tweeting this, because it's just incredible. Who would have thought that Flavor Flav would be an ambassador for the United States? Now, Flavor Flav is amazing, man. But Ben Crump puts, what an amazing way to give back to extraordinary athletes. After hearing of how many Olympians work 2 to 3 jobs to achieve their dreams, Flavor Flav of Public Enemy jumped in to support, becoming the hype man and sponsor for Team USA's women's water polo team. What a random team to sponsor. And it goes to show that what could happen with the American dollar when it doesn't have to go toward child support. Because now he has so much money now that he can support, he could be a benefactor for an Olympic team. But let's listen to Flavor Flav talk about everything. I wonder if he's going to sound animated. He doesn't have a clock.
Everybody wants to feel like they got their back covered, like somebody has their back. You know what I'm saying? And when they feel that, it makes them feel more powerful. It makes them feel more better. You know what I'm saying? It gives them a lot more energy to go out and get that.
That's a water polo
medal, because these girls got 3 gold
Yep.
medals right now. I want to see them get a
It's on brand. I love it.
Oh, you got it. It's covered by the thing.
If they come
Oh, no,
home
that's
with
yeah,
this
it is
fourth
clock.
gold
It's
medal,
insane.
yes, I'm going to give every single one of the girls on the team a clock. You know what I'm saying? For
Are you
real.
serious?
And I ain't going to lie, but very proud of these girls, man. You know, because they work hard. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't easy to bring home threesy. Everybody wants.
So what's wild is they're 3-time back. Like, so for 9 years, they've been dominating this shit. And nobody knew. And these girls are out here having to try to like raise their own money, raise their own support. And now they're going for the fourth one. Like, you're supposed to get a stipend, like to be able to represent your country, like to make enough money to at least train.
It's an impossibly tough sport. Water polo is so physically demanding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's incredible. If you ever get a chance, give it a shot to watch. I wouldn't even suggest trying to play unless you're a great swimmer.
I don't even watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never once watched 1 hour or 1 minute of water polo.
They got to tread water the whole time.
Women's gymnastics is doing their thing. Simone Biles is going on. Women now are trying to backtrack about her. I posted that for a reason. Backtrack about how Simone Biles' husband said he had never watched it, because now they're seeing him, because he's over there right now while she's participating. But he was studying his playbook and breaking down film while she was performing, because again, he's an NFL player. And you know what some dumbass woman put? And again, not my bad. Let me rephrase that. She's now awakened. So good for her. She's like, it just dawned on me. The Olympics is during training camp. This man might not have ever watched 1 minute of gymnastics. No fucking shit.
Correct.
Again, I know a lot of them. A lot of women want grace that they're not willing to give other people. But a lot of it's for social media. And a lot of you are letting social media bleed into your real lives. You're going to get fucked up over social media. So, my background check. Did my background check come through? Let me see. Tell y'all if they got me mixed up with my daddy. They be asking you, like, do I want to see my background check? Like, I don't know what I've done in my life. Like, I just need to know. It's really should just be like true. It should pass or fail. Did I pass? Cool. If I failed, maybe there's some things I didn't know. And it still doesn't tell you. Okay, no reportable records found. Okay, cool. I can coach Bob Warner. I'm safe to be around kids. This is not. Shaq is not safe to be around kids. I don't know why Kevin Hart is such good friends with them, because Kevin Hart and Simone Biles are not that far off. I am not having conversations with my faces right next to somebody's dick. Standing up. Now, if I was Shaq, I would say I now understand why Shaq takes full advantage of being a bachelor right now. There's a guy here in Jacksonville. Why can't I think of his name? He's an NBA great, played at JU. Man, it'll come to me. He used to have a basketball academy here. Hold on. Jacksonville University basketball. That dude's crazy. Crazy good. Artis Gilmore. I was at an event and there was a chick named Martini. Martini's 5 foot. Artis Gilmore like the same height as Shaq. Martini's 5 foot. They didn't go for a church hug. They went for a front hug. Like luckily she put her face to the side. And I'm like, man, if somebody took a picture of you from behind Artis, it looks like you topping them off standing up. Which, by the way, would be an incredible feat. But I know, ladies, you in this world, we can't tell y'all nothing. I'm just telling you what it looks like. But I wouldn't want to be within that. I would not want to be that close to Shaq.
No, she looked like a legit little person.
She does, but she's not far.
Yeah, she is.
I think she's 4'11", and I think legit 4'9", 4'10". You consider it a midget?
Oh wow, a little person.
Oh, my bad. There was this thing Little Duval posted the other day where it was like a thug little person. and a normal sized woman, and she was just like, my family hates that I'm with a midget. They say, they don't want me to be. He's like, you ain't gotta say all that now, man. You ain't got. They were talking about their love and how nobody can come through it.
Why she put him out there like
yeah,
that?
right. Like again, the former news, and this is why I want my FSU fans, my other fans to realize that sometimes it's a godsend that we don't get everybody that we want. And there was this kid who was like a big time star coming out of the Tampa area, Aggie Hall. Aggie Hall was nice. Aggie Hall signed to the University of Alabama. Got released. Went to the University of Texas. Got released. Was going to walk on to UCF. But didn't show up. Didn't play 2023. Breaking news. Former Alabama wide receiver Aggie Hall recently pled no contest and received 18 months probation on a trafficking charge in Florida after getting caught with 40.3 pounds of weed at an Orlando airport.
Dang.
Now, let's put this in perspective.
At the airport.
First and foremost, I have no sympathy for him, just like I had no sympathy for Brittany Griner. Because why are you going places overseas? You can't do some of these things here. Now, that's just because it's the breaking the law. It's in the airport. It's federal.
Yeah.
You only get 50 pounds that you can check per bag.
I mean, like you really.
So he almost checked the whole fucking bag here. That's one thing. Or is it? Am I wrong? I might be wrong. Is it 35? No, it's 50. I believe it's 50. This kid clearly needs to be locked up and evaluated.
How did you think? Did he get away with this before?
Somebody sent him on a dummy mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the racism that it took for, like, because I know, like, there was tests that you had to take to vote and all these other different things. And it did stop and prevent a lot of people to do these things. But, like, man, I'm starting to think, like, we need life tests. Like, you don't got to graduate high school, per se. But you got to graduate this to go to function in life, or we're sending you to a special school or special housing that you could be with other special people.
Oh.
Because to think that this was going to happen, you got to be a special person.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, how did you think you were going to get away unless you got away with it before, which seems.
But you'd never get away with anything. It's not like it was a long time ago where you could put half a brick of yay in the bra where her titties at. That's not the way no more, man. This is an entire tracking device, guys. When people say, I don't want to take no this, because that's how they track you. That's how the man gets you. While they're tweeting this from a cell phone that literally uses using GPS. Like, every time you use your phone, they can track you, right?
The thing that bothers me the most is, like, you have enough talent to go to college for free. You don't need to sell.
This is and this is why they don't. Thugs don't go to college. You don't necessarily. If you want to be the weed man in college, be the weed man in college. But, like, why be the weed man in college when you can actually potentially? You know how they talking about now with the girls, like, they be like they're 19 years old on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, did you try at life before you started selling pussy? Like, try at life. And this man didn't even try.
Right.
God did all the work. All you got to do is show up.
That's what I'm saying. Just show up to class.
There's a kid, and what I told my one kid who was here, my running back for Mandarin, the starting running back for the school that he was at got kicked off the team because he didn't go to class. So now he has actually opportunity to come in as a true freshman and start. So it's like all working out for him. But, like, he had to change his whole summer.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wasn't supposed to come until next week, but they asked him to come now. But, just know everybody's not going to make it. One of the greatest things luckily I didn't have. She wasn't this bad, and I'm grateful that I don't have anything as bad as this person is. Tia Kemp is why I think some rich men try to get their baby mamas unalive. Not only is she annoying, she is a grandstander, and she has absolutely nothing that she's ever done that makes her famous besides I guess probably having good vagina. I don't really know, like, because obviously he shot her club up. Now she's got what seems like a phenomenal child that they have together, right?
Mhm.
Now Rick Ross is an entertainer, and Rick Ross is funny, and he does a lot of different things. And apparently they have an on again, off again type of rocky relationship. Because again, less than a year ago, like last fall, she was hanging out with him. Rick Ross got pictures of her in a maid's outfit, giving him a pedicure, cleaning up the house, probably clapping cheeks. But since then, she's gotten her teeth fixed, which did not fix anything. I wanted porcelain veneers until I saw this. Like, it's crazy, dog. Like her bite, like I don't know, like are they? Is any okay? My goodness, are veneers one size fits all? Because her incisors are way too big.
Oh, got them chompers.
Yeah, like it looks like I remember there was a Rugrats episode where the dog got granddad's teeth. And that's what this looks like. You know, you ever seen those TV shows where it was an iconic, like, I don't know if that's iconic or not, but I remember that episode. But Rick Ross' baby mama, Tia Kemp, is demanding that he pay their son's $200,000 college tuition now that he no longer has to pay child support, as their son is now 18. One, all she has to do is go to the court and extend child support. Because you technically take it, you can take it through college. They're still he's not unless that kid has declared that they are they're no longer a minor. They're still under custody. But can we just play the video? Because I haven't heard her. I have my opinions on what she got, but let me listen to live what Tia is saying, and then we'll break it down for the people.
I ain't playing, man. I need you to call your daddy right now. You tell him. You screenshot this right now. That right there. And you tell him that's what I need right there in my bank account right now. I need that sent over right now. I ain't talking no 20,000. I'm sick of them little 20,000. I'm sick of them 20 pieces now. I'm sick of them 20-piece wings. I need 200-some thousand wings. You see that there? I got a list of things I got to do. And I ain't talking. Yeah, I ain't talking Columbia and you know what I'm saying? And the Chanel Stoda, the Mercedes Dadies and all that stuff. You know, I ain't talking that. Harry Winston. I'm not. That's not. I would like to go there, but.
Sound like she's trying to sound like Plies.
So go tell them.
All right, so what's crazy is, so they have a screenshot of that right there. So we can push pause. And I want you guys, can y'all read that? Like to the left, bottom left corner. I don't know if anybody can see that. Or somebody zoomed in on it. I know. But so here is the first and foremost, let's look at what the average is. The school he went to, the school he's going to is Bethune-Cookman University. And I thought he was on scholarship, but apparently, I guess if that's what she's saying, he wasn't on scholarship. So Bethune-Cookman University's tuition is about $15,000. That's tuition and fees. That's not including housing and stuff like that. And it's about $4,000 a semester to stay on campus. So let's just go ahead and round that up. So that's another $10,000. Let's go with that. So that's $25,000 and $1,500. So we'll go $3,000 a school year for food. So that's fit. So say let's go 10, 13, so 13,000. But let's go and say a solid $30,000 a year. That's 10 Bethune-Cookman with books and everything else. All right. If he is a member of the football team, for those who don't know, whether you're a walk-on or a scholarship player, You are not charged for your gear. You are not charged for your meals. You're not charged for flights. You're not charged for equipment. You make the team. You don't have to pay. The activity fee that you will pay is what all students pay, which comes out of your tuition. What Tia, and this is what's annoying about this, is I'm not here to cap or cape for Rick Ross. I don't know if he's a good father or if he's not a good father. But what I do know is that is not what she is. She is not paying $200,000 for her son to attend Bethune-Cookman. If you can read that bottom left corner, it says Nike Dry Fit Flex woven shirt, bright gold, quantity 275/unit price, $25.99 per thing. Nike Pro sleeveless compression top, quantity 275. Nike Club pullover fleece hoodie, 275. Nike black and white Air Zoom Pegasus 41 shoes, 275. What that sounds like is an order for the team, and you're trying to push it off as paying the tuition for your son. Now, if you promised Bethune-Cookman that you were going to give them $200,000 without talking to Rick Ross, that is between you and Bethune-Cookman College. That is not Rick Ross's fault. This is why people, like, you're trying to, too many people trying to live their life like basketball wives and loving hip hop.
Right.
No, that's Jeremiah Sneed. That's the picture that he took. But like, they're not, actually, was that? That could have been. No, she said college tuition. But even with that, Florida State gives you a lot of gear. I ain't never got 275 pieces of anything from Florida State in my entire life. From 18 when I played there until now, I cannot add up that I got 275 pieces of anything from Florida State. You gotta that is a nightmare to have that kind of woman, and you gotta be attached to that person. He might not be a great dad. I don't know. That's up for the kid to decide. But I know this, I would not want to talk to that person either. And sometimes people be like, oh, you got to fight. You got to talk to this person. No, you don't. No, I don't. I don't have to be around that person. Right. Let that person, what that person is doing is what we call clout chasing. And hell, Miles Mason, this might give me all the attention in the world, which I don't want. I definitely will mute the fuck out of it and not pay attention to it. But the reality of the situation is, lie to your pastor. You ain't got to lie to me. I want to see a box with 275. You show me 275. I put it like this. If you sent your son to a college where they gave him 275 pairs of the same goddamn shoe, you're a fool. Ain't no kid going around saying, you know what? I want Air Pegasus. Those are the team issue shoes. Nobody likes wearing the team issue shoes. They're not very comfortable. You can't do anything really athletic with it. The only thing you do is put them bitches on when you're about to go on a trip with your warm-ups.
Is that how child support works, though? That he has to pay the whole college tuition? Is that just like...
No, what happens is you split expenses for educational.
So what is her percentage of this 200,000?
There is no.
Yeah.
The point is,
the
point is what she's trying to do, because Rick Ross just posted about having $1 million in one of his mansions, and then he just talked about wanting to work with 50 Cent. He said, "Come with me. I got the money to help you get your little movie theater off the ground, because he has a production studio."
Yo, I don't feel bad for him either, because why y'all keep impregnating these ain't shit women?
Well, this was now in his defense. This was before Rick Ross. This is the child before Rick Ross became Rick Ross. So he wasn't like with any of that. And what happens is she's the type of baby mama that would tell you, like, when the woman that when she's mad at you will say all of these different things. And the only type of women who think that that's not a reflective on them are the women who are like that. Like, she would be like, I had to teach you how to bathe. You was stank. You was this. And I'm like, so you was just fucking fat stank dudes.
Right.
Like you don't know how that.
I've never had that sentence used.
You
That's
like you
crazy.
never know how that sounds. Like you don't like that's something I would keep to myself. Like when it was like you wasn't saying that when my tongue was all like you realize you just told the world that you get really down nasty. Like
These are toxic. Ugh.
Again, that's what it comes down to. And then you know the only well, and all you can say as a kid, well, you know, that's my mom. That's my mom.
Yeah.
Like everybody on the team is like, hey, your dad, Rick Ross, that's cool. You know, no matter what happens with Rick Ross, like your dad is Rick Ross.
Right.
The people are gonna always like Rick Ross. And your mom is like, man, your mom, wow, bro. Your mom loud, obnoxious, and all these different things. And shit just don't be cool, bro.
Because you could take it to the court. The only reason to put it on the internet
She
is
wants to
for
shame her.
clout. Yeah, and for shame.
Because the thing is, a judge gonna look like that. The judge gonna look at that and be like,
you're full of it.
Again, 275 pairs of Air Pegasus. But she wouldn't put that. But what she did was she saw the number. And this would have been kind of more understandable had we not seen those other numbers. You saying 200,000, like if you just think school, you probably wouldn't think, like you would have think like yeah, but there's a whole bunch of ways you can go. But you just like, at first I was giving her the benefit of the doubt until I just saw that.
Yeah.
Every year, if your kid is on scholarship or not on scholarship, they will send you something for your tax purposes because that's a tax expense. You can write that off. For tax purposes, they will send you something and it will give you so my mom got one and it said that the cost of my tuition at Florida State at the time was $55,000. And that included my scholarship check, that included my travel to games, that included my food, that included my shoulder pads, that included my helmet, that included my gear. Like they send you an itemized list of everything that the university did for you for your scholarship.
Okay.
So at first, when I heard about that, I'm thinking that's that. But then you go and you look, and that is an order for gear and apparel. There's 100 something. Let's say again, looking at Florida State, there's 120 guys on Florida State's team that play. Then you have your coaches, you have your other staff. So when you really push everything out, it's not out of the realm of possibility to have 300 people that you have to buy apparel and gear for.
Right.
Also, you're buying stuff for like if something tears, you need backup stuff.
Okay.
But like that, no parent would get something that says 200, the quantity 275 at $25.99 per pair. And when you start going back out there, you start really seeing what all of this stuff is. But again, this is a headache. This is a distraction. And one of the things that people don't realize, you guys can be beefing. You guys don't have to talk. But the minute you go to social media and you make this is why I always tell people, my business, like people are like, oh, you subtweet? No, I don't. I don't put my business on social media because I don't want people who ain't got no business knowing anything being affected by some shit that don't involve them.
Subtweeting is weak.
I think what happens is with a lot of people, it's not as much subtweeting as you fucked up. And anything that person puts out there could be considered a fucking subtweet.
Right. It's your conscience.
You could be like, man, I like sunny days instead of rain. Man, that motherfucker always out there talking about me being his rain. Like, what if it's really sunny and it's a beautiful day and I just want to go outside and it was a beautiful day?
I miss the old school women. This seems a little Oedipus, but my mom would be like, don't embarrass me. What happened to black mothers being like, don't embarrass me? Hey, black mothers. Hey, mothers of all athletes. Stop embarrassing your sons. This is out of control as a community.
But she don't care. She really don't care. It's not about her son. It's about her.
Yeah.
And that's what all of this stuff comes to that when you're like, yo, hey, man, you are beautiful. Your ass is amazing. We all love looking at this. But you got a son. That's about me. It's about this. It's about blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo. Again, when they be dressing up for going to football games and stuff, like, yo, you looking delicious, man. But you got a son on the team, dog.
Right.
And everybody's seeing you. And again, maybe it's not, is it fair? I don't know. As dads, I get women looking at print now. So I don't know what it is, but there's no real way to say like, hey, this is the same for dudes. What I will say is this, man. Y'all gotta you gotta ask yourself what's more important. Because yeah, you can deal with it, but what about the trauma that this kid's gonna have to deal with? And eventually, just unless I know she's trying to carve her own space in the world, but there's got to be a better way to go about doing
Nah,
this.
fuck all that. All that beauty, you out here and on a nightgown, and all this, all that's gonna fade, and all the compliments are going to fade. The love of your son is the only thing that's going to age with you. Keep your perspective. He's there. How did they get so rich being so immature? I think that's what really frustrates me the most. I'm jealous of the
She
money.
got rich because, let's just be honest. At the time, maybe the dude wasn't the right dude, but he grew into the right dude. You got pregnant by the right guy. And last but not least, I'll leave it like this. You guys don't understand. Remember how everybody's mad about the logo, about the Pledge of Allegiance? Your allegiance has been paid for. I tell people this because I get nice checks throughout the year to be able to host camps. And this is how that Be All You Can Be in the Marines things work. They pay money to get your children to sign up for the Army or the military. That's how this works. They pay. Hold on. They pay you for leads, and those leads are supposed to lead to people signing up for the military or the armed services. Now, leads can vary from a whole bunch of different things. They also pay now for impressions and all kinds of other stuff like that. It's a lot of data that goes into it. But long story short, for me, you get paid for this. That's how most people get paid. The big contracts like the Army All-American Bowl and things of that nature is really trying to increase their thing. And they want they paid long story short, they paid $11 million to sponsor the UFL. And it likely led to not one single new recruit. It might have cost them 38 recruits is what the Army is alleging. And they're looking to recoup $6 million of that. Now, whoever made now these deals are this makes life harder for me, but they're scrutinized so the Army doesn't deal directly with you. The Army deals with a company that goes out and technically is supposed to search and find these deals. And then they're supposed to scrutinize the deals before you get paid or issued the check. So there's two ways. There's local pay and then there's LAMP. LAMP is the large, big Army. Direct, you have we have Jacksonville Hammer Battalion. That's a part of 2nd Brigade. So I have direct money from them that they can pay. We got brigade buys, and then we got national buys. So this was more than likely a national buy. Via military.com, internal documents show the Army wants to recover $6 million. We are in the process of working with the UFL to determine the final cost. The partnership didn't lead to a single new recruit. Another issue arose from the failure of Dwayne Johnson to make a sufficient number of Army-related posts on social media. The Army views his social media posts as having a value of $1 million each. It was expecting 5 posts from Johnson, only got 2. So basically, they were paying for fame. They were paying for social media influencers, and it didn't work the way that they thought it was going to work. But this happens also. So they never did. And again, this is how silly Americans can be. Christmas is a relatively new construct in America, at least the Christmas that we know. It was devised by Coca-Cola in the early 1900s. And they created the image of Santa Claus that we have in our head. And that's why we do it, because to sell cold cola, because sales were going down in the winter months. We talked about that on the show. That's history that they don't teach you. They did not always do the national anthem during every NFL game. They did it in the Super Bowl. They don't they do not have players on the field during the national anthem outside of the Super Bowl. In college, they do not even have the players on the field when the national anthem is being played outside of bowl games. And that is a clear thing because of TV time. TV time, everything is paid for. The NFL paid for the national anthem to be played and to have players on the field so that it could get more viewership. And they actually they didn't even televise the national anthem until the Army started paying the NFL for this. So it's similar to this UFL contract. So just remember this: when you're saying people don't respect our troops or the players don't do this, neither does the NFL, neither these pro sports, unless there is a check behind it. And you know what that is? That's what makes our country great. That is capitalism. And a lot of people don't know that, and you choose to ignore that fact. But I'm not telling you, again, as I always say, I'm not speaking to you about stuff that I've heard. I only speak on things that I know. And one thing I do is I know that because I happen to get a check from it. Also, man, appreciate you guys for tuning in, chopping it up with me here for this little bit of time. Hope you're enjoying your lunch break. We will see you guys on Friday. Peace.